turn signals. When you plan to change lanes, turn, or enter or exit a highway, first give the proper turn signal. Using your turn signal, which is required by law, communicate your intent movement to drivers around you. Develop a good habit and use turn signals or hand signals even if no other traffic is on the road. Hand signals. Left turn, left hand and arm pointing straight out. Right turn, left hand and arm pointing upward. Slow or stop, left hand and arm pointing down. Maintaining a space caution. Space around your vehicle gives you distance to react in emergencies and avoid a crash. Create a space caution around your vehicle by staying in the middle of your line. Make sure there is enough room ahead of your vehicle and behind it for other vehicles to pass or stop safely. Use the 2, 3, and 4 second rule to determine if you are allowing far enough behind the vehicle ahead of you. Following distance. All these is posted speeds and on dry surfaces. This distance in seconds allows the driver to steer and brake out of a problem area. 2 seconds under 35 miles per hour. 3 seconds 36.45 miles per hour. 4 seconds 46.70 miles per hour. Here is how the following distance rule works. Glance at the vehicle ahead as it passes a fixed object such as an overpass, sign, fence, corner, or other fixed mark. Beginning counting the seconds it takes you to reach the same place in the road. If you reach the mark before you have counted off 2, 3, or 4 seconds, depending on the speed you are following too closely, slow down and increase your following distance. For bad weather conditions, heavy traffic, poor pavement, or if your vehicle is in poor condition, add an extra seconds to increase your following distance. Drivers need to change following distances when a speed or road conditions change. Hand response time is close to a half second. Foot response time is normally 3/4 of a second. This does not take into account any delayed imperception time as a result of the driver being tired, on medication, distracted, etc. Road conditions, speed, driver alertness, and even following vehicles of different weights all change the ability to stop. Increase your following distance when driving behind a large vehicle that blocks your vision, in bad weather or heavy traffic, when exiting an expressway, behind a motorcycle, when being tailgate. Tailing is when the driver behind you is following too closely. If you find yourself in this situation, do not brake suddenly. If possible, move over to another line or gentle tap your brakes to flash your brake lights and slow down. This should encourage the tailgater to pass you or slow down. Help the driver behind you by maintaining a safe following distance and a steady speed. Tap your brakes to warn the driver behind you when you plan to slow down or stop. Searching. Searching means looking at the entire scene for anything that might come into your path. As you reach the road, avoid staring at one thing. Keep your eyes moving and learn to read the road, and your surroundings. Looking ahead will help you identify risks early and provide you with more time to react. Expert drivers try to focus their eyes 20 to 30 seconds ahead in the city that equals approximately 1 block. Avoid steering at the middle of the road. Scan from side to side, checking for traffic signs and signals, cars, or people that might be in the road by the time you reach them. Search for clues on the road. Look for exhausted smoke, brake or backup lights, and turned wheels on vehicles. Clues like these warn that the vehicles might pull into your path. Watch for pedestrians, bicycles, and other slow-moving vehicles that might be in the road ahead. When driving in rural areas, watch for hidden intersections and driveways, curves, hills, and different road conditions. Watch for other vehicles, especially trucks, oversized and slow-moving farm vehicles and bicycles. Check for left to right and then left again before entering an intersection. Whenever you reach a place in the road where other cars, people, or animals may cross your path, look both ways to be sure it is clear. These include intersections, crosswalks, shopping centers, construction areas, and playgrounds. At any intersection, look to the left first, since cars moving from the left will be closer to you. Then look to the right and take one more quick look to the left before you drive through. Look behind. Use your rear view mirror to check the traffic behind you frequently, about every 10 seconds. This will alert you if someone is moving up too quickly or tailgating you. Check the traffic behind you when changing lanes, backing up, slowing down quickly, or driving down a long step hill. Blind spots. Blind spots are danger areas that cannot be seen in the mirrors on either or both sides of the vehicle. The best way to see a car in your blind spot is by quickly turning your head and glancing over your shoulder to ensure the way is clear before changing lanes or passing another vehicle. Avoid driving in someone else's blind spot. This can be just as dangerous as not checking your own blind spot. Speed up or drop back, but don't stay in the other driver's blind spot. Sharing the road. Drivers share the road with many other users, pedestrians, bicycles, moped and motorcycle riders, trucks and buses, recreational vehicles, and other vehicles of all shapes and sizes. It is your responsibility to adjust your driving to avoid others' drivers' mistakes and assure everyone's safety. Pedestrians. Generally, there are three types of pedestrians most often involved in crashes: children, the elderly, and adults under the influence of alcohol or other drugs. Be careful around schools, playgrounds, and in residential areas where small children might be playing or crossing the street. Look out for the elderly who may have poor vision and hearing. Remember that elderly and people with disabilities will move slowly. Be especially aware of pedestrians when making a right or left turn. They have the right of way. Allow pedestrians to completely cross the street before beginning your turn. Be alert for pedestrians at all times. Slow down and be prepared to stop. Bicycles. Bicycles are considered vehicles and have the same right of way as motor vehicles. Bicyclists are also expected to obey the same traffic rules and regulations as vehicle drivers. However, many are children who may not know or obey the rules. Slow down when you approach bicyclists. Give them plenty of room when passing and be prepared to stop suddenly. Look for bicycles on all public roads. It is against the law to operate a bicycle or any electric power device, such as assistive mobility devices, toy vehicles, and bicycles on any interstate highway. Mopeds. Under Virginia law, a moped is a bicycle like device with pedals and a motor. The motor cannot be rated at more than 2 horsepower or enable the moped to travel more than 30 miles per hour. It is against the law to operate a moped faster than 35 miles per hour or an interstate highway. Any person who operates a moped faster than 35 miles per hour is considered to be operating a motorcycle, which must meet Virginia registration requirements. In addition, the operator would be required to hold a valid driver's license with a motorcycle classification or a driver's license restricted to operating motorcycles only. Moped riders must be at least age 16 and obey all rules of the road. They must carry some form of identification that includes name, address, and date of birth. As a driver, treat moped riders with the same care given to any other vehicle driver. Although you do not need a driver's license to operate a moped, you may not operate a moped if you have been declared a habitual offender and your license is suspended or revoked or driving while intoxicated.